Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering, and we have our third and final Kamigawa draft picks video. This is a series where I open up a brand new sealed draft booster pack, and then we'll pretend like it's a draft and pick the cards in order of what I think would be the best, and first pick all the way to the last pick. So let's just get rid of the token at the end there. Looks like we have a foil in here. Okay, we have a Shrine Steward, Kindled Fury, Reckoner Shakedown, Fade into Antiquity, Armguard Familiar, Dragonfly Suit, Nezumi Blade Blesser, Heir of the Ancient Fang, Azusa's Many Journeys, Mobiliser Mech, Dockside Chef, Assassin's Ink, Risona Asari Commander, and a Mech Hanger and a Blossoming Sands. So overall, just the initial impressions of this pack, not that great, really, not that great. Unfortunately, definitely some pickable cards. I think first pick is going to be Assassin's Ink. You know, a lot of people don't think that removal is the best in this set. I agree. But I think you still need removal. And there have been games where I didn't draft a whole lot of removal, or I got almost no removal. And those are the games you lose, because you still need removal. It's still such a primary important thing to have just in any limited deck. So we're going to go with Assassin's Ink. We'll just take this one right away. A lot of good black removal. The rare was Risona Asari Commander, and this is the one that has haste. And then what happens is, whenever you deal combat damage to someone, this thing gets an indestructible counter. But if, combat damage is done to you, then you have to remove the indestructible counter. So, kind of shenanigan-y there. I'm not sure if I would pick Risona next. In fact, I think I would pick Fade. Fade into Antiquity. Exile target artifact or enchantment. I mean, this set is full of artifacts and enchantments. You're always going to see sagas sitting on the table across from you. And oftentimes you'll see artifacts. Some that are really good. So I would pick Fade. I would even draft 2 or 3 of these if I could, because I feel like it's just that good. Okay, next, we have this Chef, Azusa's Many Journeys. I'm not a huge fan of those. Mobiliser Mech, also not a huge fan of. I think, surprisingly, we'll go with Blossoming Sands. Green and white is probably, if you've been watching my videos, my favorite color pair in Kamigawa, and the one I'd probably draft the most. And so this is great because it gives you either or, green or white. Plus, if you need to add another color or anything, these are always good. So dual lands, always nice. Okay, wow. Looking at this pack, I just don't really know. We'll take Risona, I guess, next, just because I have played the red and white before, and if you can get enough good samurais, and a lot of them get left alone on the table because no one wants to be in red-white, and you can get like a good mass of force with red-white, it can actually be a very, very nice and strong deck. I think next I'll go with Azusa's Many Journeys. You can play an additional land this turn. This is good if you have some extra land like on those first few turns. Or maybe if you combine this with like the Boseiju Reaches card, that might be something you can do. But overall, I don't think it's the best. On the back, you get a 3/3 creature, which is okay. I mean, you only paid 2 mana for it. So, not terrible, but not like my favorite saga by any chance. Or by any, by any way of anything. Well, I'll go with the Shrine Steward next. The reason why I like this, it's a 5-drop, which is expensive, but you can get an aura. And you have removals that are auras. You have buffs that are auras. You can also get shrines. So, just a versatile card that can help you tutor up something you might need later. So I like that as my next pick. I think then we'll go with the Dockside Chef. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw a card. Maybe not the best, but you know what this is actually great with? And someone did this to me, it made me so mad. This card, and you have the thing that has rat tokens. So I had the rat token thing, and like I gave the guy the rat token, and then he had the Dockside Chef out and just sacrificed him to draw cards. That was the worst feeling ever. So if you get the Dockside Chef, you need to hope that the other guy has the rat thing, and don't tell him you have a Dockside Chef. Okay, this one will probably go quick. I think I'll pick the Armguard Familiar next. Artifact creature has Ward 2 right off the bat for a 2-drop. Is not bad. Also, you can reconfigure it to attach, give something Ward 2 and +2/+1. This card in the beginning of the game is great because you can't remove it. So because of the ward, it's going to stay there for a little while. Actually, I just played a game like literally 10 minutes ago. Played against this card. This thing did like 6 damage to me before I could even put something down, and the game was over already. So maybe it's just recency bias, but that's what it is. We'll go with the Blade Blesser next. I like that, you can give this thing Death Touch or Menace at times. It's a 3/2. It's a lot of times it's trading with a 2-drop, but I do like that it has Menace if you have an enchantment out, and that happens quite often. I think next we'll go with the Heir of the Ancient Fang. Comes in with a +1/+1 counter on it if you have a modified creature already. That's not hard to do in green, so I'll go with this guy next. Man, I don't know. I guess we'll take Mobiliser next. It's the uncommon. When it becomes crewed, and it's a crew 3, by the way, one other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. I mean, I don't know how good that is. You really have to have a good amount of vehicles to make this really worthwhile. The mech hanger can actually enable that, so I guess I'll take that next. And the rest of the bunch, I just don't think are a big deal. Kindle Fury, Reckoner Shakedown, and then the Dragonfly Suit, which these are cards I never, hardly ever use. So let's go ahead and see the order here. We got Assassin's Ink first, Fade into Antiquity, Blossoming Sands, Rasona, Azusa's Many Journeys, the Shrine Steward, Dockside Chef, Armguard Familiar, Nezumi, Blade Blesser, Heir of the Ancient Fang, Mobiliser Mech Hanger, Kindle Fury, Reckoner, Shakedown, and then Dragonfly Suit. That would be the order I pick these cards in. Actually, the Armguard Familiar might even go up further for me, depending on the kind of deck I was making. But we'll leave it where it is. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you would have done with this pack. I think this is actually a very weak draft pack. Pack 2 was actually a great one, and to get this one next would not be the best, really. But that's what I would have done. Let me know what you would have done with your picks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.